Has anybody seen the Diddy documentary on Netflix? Has anybody seen this Diddy documentary on Netflix? I watched it last night. I think I went to sleep on episode 4, like the last probably 20 minutes. But y'all, it is a mess when I tell you that Diddy is just a terrible person. He's just a terrible person. He's just a terrible person. They talk about the dynamics, of course, going to his childhood, him not meeting his dad and stuff like that. Talk about the dynamics with the mom and stuff. He knew that Kim Porter was Albie Shore's girl, but he didn't care. He was always on this power trip. It was always something about finessing people and being able to get his way about things. Like, it talked about a lot. When it got into the Tupac and the Biggie of it all, baby, first of all, what shocked me, the man Jake that was cool with, and I guess, spoiler alert, child, for the people that ain't watch, girl, go check it out. The man that was cool with Suge Knight, and I can't remember how they all exited the building. I don't know if the show was over or something happened for them to all go outside. I can't remember. But this random dude just walks up, takes the item, points it at Jake, which is the good friend of Suge Knight, and just start pew, 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 just aiming it at him. That is so weird. So when Suge saw that, he grabbed Puffy and put him in a headlock and pretty much had him in front of him as a shield. Like, if you're going to pop him before you pop me. And when the dude just ran away, that was so clear because they said this is what sparked the West Coast, East Coast beef. And I said, I never knew that. I always thought it was about Tupac and Biggie. Never knew that that was the moment that caused the war between the two of them because they were all cool. And honestly, Suge was running his ship a bit better than what Diddy was. And Diddy wanted to be, it appears to me, the only one. He wanted to take over. So I do believe Diddy was envious in my personal, and I do believe that Diddy was gunning for Suge and not Suge's friend. I could see him wanting both of them out. So the friend ended up going to the hospital, but he died like a few days later, which was really sad. And the friend dying, like, that's what I think the spark happened that night. So when the friend popped when this random guy popped his friend and walked off after he grabbed Diddy, it was clear that Diddy set that up. It's so clear that Diddy set it up. When it came to Tupac, right? Because, Tupac had the people in the chokehold, all right? Out of Tupac and Biggie, it's always Tupac for me. Really like Tupac. And Diddy was just really a hater. I think Diddy was envious. He would always be in Biggie's ear, trying to hype him up to say stuff when Tupac would kind of shade them or be slick or whatever. He would try to get Biggie to respond because he wanted this whole war. And the only way for him to get it done is if Biggie got in the ring, but Biggie never wanted no beef with Pac. They was cool at once upon a time, like they was straight. But then after, I guess, Pac smashed Faith, allegedly, which I do believe, but allegedly, he smashed her or whatever. And that's when Diddy really got in his ear. Like, he ain't gonna say that, you gotta say something. He disrespected you, he whooped the whoop. Y'all, when Tupac died, I always thought that it probably was the feds that had something to do with it. The way 50 Cent lays it out here, and you got that guy, and I can't think of his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. If you watched it, one of the guys that I guess was related to a gang came out. He was already locked up for something, and he just gave the whole play. He gave the whole play of what happened, who was connected to who. He gave landmarks and everything, just telling it very comfortably to the police. To where it appears that Mr. Combs set up Tupac. Set up Tupac, child. And when the man was supposed to collect his coins, I guess it took Diddy some time to give it to him. He never got it. But no, it was a time where he didn't get it, but eventually he did get it. But he only got $500,000 for Tupac. He didn't get the $1 million because Suge was still here. Baby, listen. And Keefy D, that's it. Thank y'all. Keefy D, that's him. And then, and I believe him because when he's getting ready to be tried at the top of next year for his involvement in Tupac's death. And he is now trying to say that he gave that statement under pressure, kind of like Todd with the prenup, honey. And it's like, no, you sound real relaxed to me. I mean, you was giving landmarks. You was naming this. You was naming streets. You was saying how y'all pulled up. Like it was like you was there. Like you knew because you did it. Right? Puffy made them folks think that he was going to get them their money and he dragged it out. Never really gave them their money. Eventually he did or whatever. But like I said, not all of it. So now he's trying to retract, and it's like ain't no taking it back. If anything, when y'all let Mr. Man out of jail, prison, whatever, send him right back so he could sit up there and deal with them charges too, since he had a hand in what happened to Mr. Park, honey. Okay, I'll never forget that day, baby. I ain't believe he had died. I started seeing stuff and hearing stuff, and I'm like, no, he didn't. Tupac already got capped. He already got hit like 5 times. Like, I doubt it. He probably survived that. Girl, please. Girl, please. When I tell you Tupac was my big brother's main man, when I tell you that boy cried, child, listen. Tupac was that guy. He was that guy. I'm not even going to hold you for me, you know? But shortly after that, right, Tupac passed. I think, months or a year later or something like that, I think Biggie ended up passing away. And Biggie was doing like interviews, and I think they asked him what was one of his fears. His fears was like dying. It was just so much that was entailed with that. And the way they laid it out definitely gave, and I always thought this, when it came to B.I.G., I always thought that man had something to do with it. Always thought that. But when y'all watch this documentary and see, when people talk about destiny, soul swapping, and all of that stuff that they refer to, destiny swapping, I let it go in one ear out the other. When I saw this documentary, for me, this was the first time for me that I saw a clear view of what destiny swapping looking like. And I said, wow. And at the time, after Biggie died and Puffy did that song called Missing You or whatever it was, I never thought about the fact that he really made that about him. Like, yeah, it's a song to us all about Biggie, but at the same time, it was more so about Diddy. Like, look at me, I'm getting my shine on. I'm finally being able to be the person that I really want to be. Everybody looking at me, they coming to see me. Child, it was crazy. Then the old person that he used to have, I guess, co-owning the company with him, who he ended up finessing out of his percentage out the damn company and never gave him his money back when the man tried to sue. From my understanding, statute of limitations was up on it, so he didn't get the money. But he started to kind of like expose some stuff about Diddy. Diddy doing interviews talking about how he gonna throw the biggest funeral and the biggest this and that for B.I.G. Come to find out, it came out of Biggie's budget still. Like, he didn't pay for it. Biggie still had to pay for it in a sense. Like, this was an expense on your behalf. So this is technically like we're spending this money on your behalf that you owe back to the company. So it's still coming back to us. It was like some weird stuff that he pulled, and Biggie's mama never trusted old boy. Like, it was a mess. It was a mess. And when they started naming certain people that was around Diddy and seeing that these people have either been locked up or they dead and gone, that's real interesting to me. I mean, except for some of the artists that he managed that was able to get away or whatever the case, like Total and 112 or whatever. But it's just really sketchy. And I understand if Al B. Sure may have felt to himself like, whatever happened to him, this man had something to do with it. I kind of see why he may feel that way, because everybody he damn near came up with ain't even hear no damn mo. Okay? Under some suspicious situation. So yeah, and I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, hey man, this man was out here wreaking havoc like that, and y'all want me to believe that Kim just withered away? Child, listen. And you know, when I was watching some of his films, watching this documentary and throwback clips of him in interviews, I thought about Lemuel over Zeus. I don't know why. I do know why. I think it was the voice, how he was talking. I think it was how he was just so slim, like Lemuel. Like, it was just giving those vibes just a little bit. Like, something about it was off. I don't know if anybody else got that like I did. But I was like, I don't know why you making me think of Lemmy. That's interesting. But I mean, it was a good doc, baby. It was a good documentary. And what was taking me out when it came to the documentary was the beginning credits and the ending credits every time the show came on or episode came on or went off. Diddy wanted to make sure y'all knew this man was charged. He was arrested at a certain time. He was charged with this, that, and the other. And at the end, he wanted y'all to know that he's serving time for this right here. I fell out. Baby, they did the part with Cassie. They talked about Cassie. When that SEX worker came to the front to talk about his experience and different stuff like that, believe and I think he participated in the trial, believe everything that man said. Everything. And he was very like graphic with a lot of stuff, baby. And when you look at the dynamics of Diddy and Cassie's relationship, it lined up to some of the things that the old partner, I guess, I don't know if he was the old partner that was like co-owner of whatever the company was called before I think it became Bad Boy or something. It lined up to Diddy's personality. Wanted to be in control and own. And when it came to Kim was a real feisty woman. Like, it's whatever. Like, I ain't stunned you. Like, basically, you don't run me type energy. He would always have an issue with Kim because he wanted a woman that would just do what he say. And he got that out of Cassie. And the way he would finesse people, y'all. So they talk about Don Richard, right? And the other lady, Kalina, Dirty Money. So she does her portion, and she said, my mouth dropped to the floor. My heart dropped down. I couldn't believe that Dawn was coming out telling her side. And when she was telling her side, that, they had a weird dynamic as if she felt like Diddy wanted her. So she tried to play Dawn out in my personal, like Dawn concocted this stuff in her head and she just trying to jump on the train to get some money out of Diddy. Like, that's how she tried to play it up to me. And I'm like, and not for 1 second did it even occur to you that he wasn't doing something to lead her on, to make her think that? Possibly. Yeah, but you the same BIT that said something about, she said something about Cassie in this documentary and said once she found out that Cassie was getting beat on and everything she was going through, she was like, oh, wow, that's why she's like that. And it's like, BIT, but it was put in the documents that you witnessed it. And you know what really got me? Also, the fact that she ain't got her children. She up there in the documentary crying about wanting to have access to her kids. I want my kids. I got my kids. Puffy, I need some help. I need to be able to get an attorney. The fact that you work with this man so much and you ain't got SHI to show for it to where you can't even get an attorney for $5,000 that you had to ask him for, it was killing me softly. Killing me softly. Killing me softly. And then she still sits up there in the confessional talking about some damn, I adore him, I love him, or whatever. I guess like she was saying something about, I don't know if they were on the phone or texting, and she was relaying his response. And I think they could have been playing something at the same time. Like, I know you gonna have my back. And she's like, yeah, I love you. Whatever it was. They were like meshing two things together, I think, like from a past conversation he had and her in present day in this interview, saying how much she cares or loves Diddy. But Diddy don't care or love enough about your ass to give you $5,000. So you asking him about you need help getting your kids, right? You needed an attorney, a good attorney. Y'all know what this man said? That man said, I can't do it right now. I ain't got it right now. I'm trying to work on something. I got something else I'm trying to figure out. I can't get. This man can give you 5 racks? That's crazy to me. That's nothing to a billionaire. And you let a billionaire sit in your face and play many a years, but especially on that day. Then I think a week or so later calls her after Don puts this statement out, right? After Don puts this statement out, say what she say about Diddy, he's like, man, I need a favor, man. Man, I need a favor, man. Like this right here. Like, it's crazy. I need somebody to say something. Somebody need to come out. Like, I need you, man. Like, come forward and just like, let me know something. Like, just put a statement out, say something out there on my behalf. And so I guess she may have sounded hesitant, but she says in the confessional that she told Diddy, you know that's fucked up. You know that's fucked up, right? Because I asked you not too long ago to help me out with my kids and you couldn't do it. Now you need a statement from me. You know that's fucked up. I said, girl, shut the hell up. You ain't say that shit to the man. No, I don't care nothing about editing. Because I feel like if you would have said it, they would have played it. And they didn't. You ain't say that to that man, miss. I love him. You still talking about how you love him and respect Diddy. Now you saying that because you scared. You're terrified. That's why. That's why you ain't coming out saying nothing. Being truthful. But you will play Dawn out. If Dawn had the 5,000, she probably would have helped your ass out faster than Diddy. Meanwhile, when Diddy got arrested at the hotel, what did they find? $9,000. $9,000 in his wallet, but he couldn't give you 5 just like a week or 2 ago. Yikes. Yikes. But this who you upholding and protecting, you dummy. Feel no ways. Feel no ways about you. Feel no damn ways. The way that man would finesse so many people, the dude shot, what's his name? Lil Rod that did the music with him. Rod came on there, told his story. Diddy was playing on him. This boy had video recording and audio recording. I said, I know that's mother right. Recording of Diddy, him reaching out to Diddy, asking this man for his money. Okay, when you gonna pay me? Man, I respect you, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even do you like that, man. I'll give it to you if I had it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fulfill my commitment, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just running the game on him. Because one thing about Diddy, and he reminds me of somebody that I'm not gonna say, but that's a fast talker, baby. That's a fast talker. Fast talker. Very charismatic for some people. And also very intimidating for others. Because even the people that can see through his BS, they ain't gonna say shit. They too scared. Even though they know he finessing them and giving them the gift of gab and saying whatever, they too afraid. They ain't gonna say nothing. They gonna let them slide. But shout out to the people that came forward that was tired of being afraid. Baby Dawn, not Dawn, but Aubrey. Aubrey got up there, y'all. Aubrey said I don't know if it was a moment where she was on drugs or I'm not gonna say on drugs. I don't know if she had something going on. But I think something happened to where she don't even know if she was RAPE'd. Something happened. Like she read an email of Diddy wanting to smash her, wanting to do certain things with her. Shortly after that, I guess she didn't oblige him because he ended up kicking her out the group and then had the audacity to refer to her as promiscuous. And again, this was from a flashback. So with that flashback of him trying to say that she was promiscuous, I'm like, only a man that has not smashed on you would say some shit like that. Worrying about who you been with and what you doing. And we should have known back then that that's what it was when it came to Diddy. And maybe some people speculated that they may have messed around. And I think Dawn always said that didn't happen. But when she sits in this interview, she says that she don't even know if she was RAPE'd. And she said, honestly, I don't even want to know if I was. She done read more than one email of this man trying to come on to her and everything. Like, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. And people had the audacity to not believe Cassie and the stuff that she said. Had the audacity to feel like she just wanted clout. She just wanted some money. Give it to her then. Give it to her then. Because it ain't like her albums came out. Give it to her then. You got people up here telling y'all what they've witnessed when it came to the dynamic of the both of them. Come on now. You got sex workers coming out talking about experiences and people still didn't want to believe the girl. Give her fucking money. You used her up. Is you cool? Pay her. She deserves that. Like, that is so crazy to me. And then he had this commercial when he went on the Andy show. I guess he showed Andy one of the videos that him and Cassie did. And it was like supposed to be some type of commercial. And it was really weird. It was really weird of her storming out of a car. It was like they were reenacting a moment that actually happened in their lives, as I believe either one of the security guards or maybe the S worker was saying. But they getting out the car and she putting him against the wall. He putting her against the wall. It looks like real awkward, like abusive, like. And then they get into bed and they smash. And it was like really weird. It's supposed to be sexy, but also cringy at the same time. And he tells Andy he's promoting a lifestyle. I said, baby, what lifestyle is that? Who wants that lifestyle? And the crazy thing is I felt like Diddy used to sit in people's face and he used to tell them what it is, but I think people used to think that he was joking or something. Especially when he said in Andy's face, like, that is, that's how I live my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do. So it's more so like about selling a lifestyle. And I'm like, hey, bro, he just told you that he gets physical with this girl. And then they fucking fight. Then I'm going to go sell her out over here. Like, hello? But again, I do feel like Andy Cohen. Again, I do feel like he leads with intimidating energy. Child. And then I was like, yo, some of the scenes that were recorded of him, like when he got on the phone with Kalina, after he linked up and hugged up on some people on the streets, as soon as he got in the car, hey man, I need some hand sanitizer. Hey man, somebody give me some hand sanitizer. Man, I need that, right? And then he FaceTiming some chick that they didn't say who it was. They just said this was the girlfriend. And he was like, what's up? Yeah, I just deposited 200 million. So I think he said 200 million in the bank. But yeah, look at that and let me know which flight. And I'm just like, why are you recording some of the things that you're saying? Why are you doing, why would you even want this on the video? And I'm like, well, maybe he had, intentions of this stuff being edited out at some point. But this is what I didn't know. I didn't know he was supposed to be working with Netflix himself for his own documentary, which is likely how uh 50 Cent got it. So this is what Lauren LaRosa is saying. Netflix has responded to Diddy's cease and desist because he sent one, right? The cease and desist is claiming that this new documentary brought to you by 50 Cent is a hit piece that only fell in 50 Cent's lap after Diddy's own documentary convos with Netflix fell through. How did the convos fell through? So obviously the cameraman must have belonged to Netflix or something, or either the cameraman realized he wasn't getting paid because Diddy's locked up. So if you want to give me millions and millions of dollars for it, I'm gonna sell it to you. Whew. Netflix says the claims being made about Sean Combs, The Reckoning, are false. The project has no ties to any past conversations between Sean Combs and Netflix. The footage of Combs leading up to his indictment and arrest are legally obtained. This is not a hit piece or an act of retribution. Curtis Jackson is an executive producer but does not have creative control. No one was paid to participate. The claims made by Sean Combs, The Reckoning, are false. Okay. The claims made, I guess the claims made by him regarding this are false. So 50 Cent is an executive producer, but he did not have control on how the story was spent about Diddy. Baby, I know he mad as hell. And Kalina, the way he not finna fuck with you no more, even just sitting down, even though you trying to say you love him in this damn interview, even though you still outed the fact that he never gave you them 5,000, girl, he'll never rock with you again. You came out better telling the truth and being on Dawn's side, but you didn't. A whole ass mess, if you ask me. Just crazy. Just crazy. Y'all gotta watch it for yourselves because, girl, just check it out for yourself because it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Give me 1 second. Yes, it is on Netflix for the people asking. It is on Netflix, okay? It is on Netflix for the people asking.